Welcome to CSL TV, and I just hope you guys are having a beautiful, blessed day now. We ain't been to the courtroom and did no reaction on this and see what these fools done done, and you know what? I think it's about that time. But if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, you'll be doing a good deed and it's free. You're helping your boy out, as well as in liking the video, commenting down below what made you watch CSL TV. I use this feedback to bring content many different ways, and this is just a review and a reaction channel as well as informational channel. So with that being said, I hope you beautiful people out there having a good day, and we about to go ahead and get into this thing, you know what I'm saying? So let's get it. Like they say, hell is on earth, because all these demonic people out here killing and doing all this crazy stuff, shooting teens, killing kids. There's everybody that's on that type of time is doing stupid stuff. So that's why I always say y'all got to be careful out there. But man, this was a mad discovery. I could not imagine what it smelled like down there, because you never know. Those guys are very courageous of what they did, because I know my black tail cannot be going down there in that weird looking well.
You should know about this viral TikTok trend that is turning out to have dangerous consequences. This is dragon's breath. It's essentially frozen candy dipped in liquid nitrogen, which produces a vapor once it's in your mouth. Liquid nitrogen is a chemical that is extremely cold and will instantly freeze anything it touches. The candy has become a popular street food worldwide, in large part because filming the vapor has become a viral social media trend. While it may seem like harmless fun on video, it can actually cause serious problems. And now, authorities are putting out warnings about the dangerous trend. After 25 children were injured from eating dragon's breath in Indonesia, the health ministry there issued a warning about it. One child was admitted to the hospital with severe stomach pain and another with cold burns on his skin. In 2018, the US Food and Drug Administration warned that consuming liquid nitrogen could result in serious injury, especially when it is not used properly. Doctors say those risks are much higher for children and that consuming large amounts of it can irritate the stomach or burn the mouth and esophagus. Liquid nitrogen is often used by top chefs for theatrical effect in high-end dining. But now that dragon's breath videos are viral, a lot of young people are consuming it casually. One doctor even said the worst case scenario could be organ damage, and they wouldn't advise anyone to consume liquid nitrogen.
Here we go again. These kids doing these stupid TikTok trends. I keep saying TikTok trends. That's hurting them, killing them. And like they say, this liquid stuff is so cold that it can give you internal damage. You know what I'm saying? You won't even know. You just be walking around insides bleeding, and then one day you just fall out, collapse, and plop. Now, I ain't make my stuff, you know what I'm saying? How can I put this? For kids, but we grown people and everybody that's 18 and up got to start letting these kids know some of these stuff that they want to do, these TikTok trends that they putting these chemicals in their body is very harmful, and they cannot even see 20, 21, you know, when I guess the new legal age of you being able to buy actual products like alcohol, tobacco, if you want to, you know what I'm saying, get into that. So 404 cars have been stolen across New Orleans in the first 17 days of this year. The majority of the cars stolen are Hondas and Kias that people go commit these crimes in, you know what I'm saying? Because we didn't see them Kia boys and all these other die guys or whatever they got going on out here, you know what I'm saying? So if you got these type of cars, hell, if you got any type of car, y'all need to be careful because you never know. You could be a target. So get them systems, get them securities, get whatever you need to make sure you know what I'm saying, hard work don't get taken away and destroyed.
The public defender's office to represent you?
I didn't even feel like signing the paperwork. I'm really not in the mood for that.
The following program shows the proceedings and hearings from courtrooms around the country. Not all outcomes are known or final. All parties are presumed innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Due to the intensity of some of these scenes, viewer discretion is advised.
I sincerely regret and feel deep sorrow and accept full responsibility for that which I have done.
I mean, you can represent me, but I'm trying to get bonded out, my honor.
This is a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde case.
You don't have a lawyer.
All right.
I get a lot of letters who really support Dr. Jekyll, but I'm sentencing Mr. Hyde.
I am truly sorry and will forever regret my actions and will do all in my power to never act in a way that would harm others ever again. Thank you, Your Honor.
First up, we're in Idaho Falls, Idaho, for the sentencing of Brian Johnson. The 50-year-old former high school teacher pleaded guilty to felony stalking of a 26-year-old former student who he'd recently been dating. Johnson was accused of violating a protection order filed against him by following the woman in public, leaving her harassing messages, and entering her home while she was gone, including an alleged incident where he urinated on her bed. Johnston appears to become even more distraught when he apologizes to the victim, whose name has been protected.
And finally, and most importantly, I deeply and sincerely apologize for all anxiety, depression, stress, fear, and any other negative emotions and financial burdens which my choices and actions did cause. I sincerely regret and feel deep sorrow and accept full responsibility for that which I have done. I hope and pray that she will be able to heal from this and not have any lingering impact to her life. And will do all in my power to never act in a way that would harm others ever again. Thank you, Your Honor.
Before Judge Joel Tingey hands down a sentence, he tells the court there is much to consider when looking at Johnston's public persona versus his illicit behavior behind closed doors.
This is not a case of a career criminal. This is somebody that was actually very productive in the community, a role model, frankly, who did a lot of good things through his career. But I think when you look at for a case such as this, where you're doing a sentencing, as you look at the conduct and the damage that was left in the wake of that conduct, which is extensive, frankly immeasurable, was subjected to basically living a hellish life during this time frame. You can't repair that.
As part of the pre-sentencing report, the judge received numerous letters of support for Johnson. But he says this is a man with two very different sides.
As I say, this is a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde case, and I get a lot of letters who really support Dr. Jekyll, but I'm sentencing Mr. Hyde.
After a brief pause, Judge Tingey makes his ruling.
The sentence on this will be 5 years, 1.5 fixed, 3.5 indeterminate.
As a condition of his sentence, Johnson was placed in a court-operated rider rehabilitation program that can significantly decrease his sentence if he receives intensive therapy and treatment behind bars before being reevaluated by the court. Johnson was released less than a year later after completing the program and was placed on probation for an additional 4 years.
You got to be a really sick individual to not. Okay, I'm gonna start off by saying you was really messed up, for one, for stalking somebody who don't want to be with you, and then next thing you know, you up here breaking into her house, doing all this crazy stuff to this person, urinating on her bedroom set. Like, dude, you need some help. And then that little sob, you know what I'm saying, plea. Me, I think if the rehabilitation worked, great. But he is on 4-year, you know what I'm saying, probation, so he start messing up, being on that weird stuff again. I'm pretty sure he gonna go to jail this time. See, I guess, you know, rehab do work for a lot of people. But we also watched cases where rehab didn't work for nobody because they got out and was back doing the same stupid stuff.
Next, we're in Miami, Florida for a bond hearing. And wait till you get a load of this defendant. This is 29-year-old Lawrence Sullivan, aka the Miami Joker, a Florida native and a self-proclaimed tattoo model.
All right, good morning, Mr. Sullivan.
Sullivan's appearance doesn't draw so much as a second look from Judge Maria Espinoza Dennis. But remember, this is South Florida, and this is no laughing matter. Still, he may be thinking, Judge, why so serious? Well, here's the answer.
Okay, you're charged with carrying concealed firearm, which, if convicted, has some serious consequences.
Sullivan's accused of pointing a handgun at passing traffic and was later arrested carrying a concealed .38 caliber pistol. Now in custody, he's declining service from the public defender.
You don't want the public defender's office to represent you?
I mean, they can represent me, but I'm trying to get bonded out, my honor.
Well, they're there to help you, sir. You don't have a lawyer.
All right.
I mean, okay, so...
I didn't even feel like signing the paperwork. I'm really not in the mood for that.
Sullivan's asking for a pretrial release, but Judge Espinoza Dennis, who could be considered the Dark Knight in her black robe, isn't going to let him out so easily.
On a firearms charge, I'm not going to do pretrial. Setting standard bond, $5,000. Next case.
Lawrence Sullivan was later found guilty of carrying a concealed firearm and sentenced to 2 years probation, maybe proving the old adage that crime doesn't pay.
Man, you gotta be a weird person to want to imitate something that's just a character, man. You gotta be a weird person to want to imitate something that's just a character. And in the eyes of the fake Joker, we gonna call him the Foker. I mean, yeah, them tattoos do look pretty nice, but you know what I'm saying? Your face and all this, like, I know you probably ain't got no woman. Because you know how the Joker had Harley Quinn, right? Because Joker ain't had no woman. But you know how he got Harley Quinn, right? So I'm just trying to think about this guy. How you gonna have a little 38, and if you watch the news or my channel, These young guys out here got military stuff. So you out here pointing a little 38, you little handgun at cars that are going by. God saved you from one of them crazy demonic little guys with a Draco or something.